What's up, guys? Johnny Jenkins here, coming to you, and I'm wanting to do a little bit of sight fishing. I just got off work, working about a 9-hour shift, a little over a 9-hour shift. It's been a pretty long day, but I decided to come down here to this pond and see if there's any big fish. We've had some amazing weather, and I can just about barely make these two fish out, but there's two fish right over here. I haven't made out the bed yet, but there's one about 6 pounds at least, probably about 6 to 6.5 pounds. That's the female, and then there's also a male, probably about 3 pounds. And I've got a little drop shot robo worm on, and I'm gonna get over here and I'm gonna try and catch hopefully the female. We'll see. When I was over here earlier, they were real spooky, and you can see the male's right there, about 3 pounds. I can point to him right there. He's swimming there. And let's see the female. She's over there. I can just barely see her. And they're real close to each other now, and he kind of just almost bumped her. He just opened his mouth. The male just opened his mouth for some reason. He's kind of agitated. Try and get these fish. He's chasing her. He just chased her off. You can see him. Look at him. He just chased her off. Now my bait's right where he was, and I think he sees it. He's nosing on it. All right, now she's coming in. He's circling around the bait. He's about to get it. He's got it. He got it in his mouth. Oh, he bit it out. Oh man, if I can get that big one to bite. She's right there now. I don't see either of them at the moment. I actually almost felt him bite it, but I actually saw his mouth go open towards it. I saw him nosing on it. Now I know what I need to focus on. That's obviously the area he's wanting to protect. And once I started agitating that area, she came in the area too. She came right in there. There he is. He's right back on it. He's pretty agitated. He's finning around. Should be a fairly easy catch if I can not spook him. And the water's got a little bit of tint to it. He looked at it. He turned around on it. And he turned around on it fairly aggressively. And I think he's coming in on it. He's got it. Oh man, he had it. And she's getting agitated now. He took my worm. Look at them. They're real shallow. When that happens, one of them's about to eat. Let me get my worm. He had it in his mouth. That's freaking crazy. That hardly ever happens for me. Like, I hardly ever get a fish to bite on it right away. So we're gonna give another try. Just nose hooking this little robo worm. This is called pumpkin sunfish, I believe is the color, or something like that. I'll update you guys on it in a minute. Right now I'm gonna get busy trying to catch this fish and not grab the wrong rod like I just did. That's the bad thing about fishing ponds right here. You get these little briars and stuff. Alright. That's 2 casts in a row he's bit. I really want to get her to bite. And I'm not even going to make a cast now that the wind's kind of blowing in on here, because the chances are that he will bite. But the problem is I want to make sure I know that I can catch him. I want to know when he's got it. He swallowed the whole worm earlier. If I had set the hook on him, I would have caught him. But I really want to try and catch her. And she's circling more over there. So I'm going to try and maybe do a little fan casting over there. I really don't want to catch him first. I really want to catch her. And like I said, I'm going to try and stay away from doing fan casting like that, because you're just going to get yourself in trouble with potentially having a bite and not knowing it. I mean, if I'm going to be really sight fishing, I'm going to try my best to stick with it. Now the male's right there. I can barely make him out. I don't see the female just yet. Yeah. Now a lot of this is leading the fish. Now I've got an area where I know he's trying to defend, and it's directly in front of me pretty much, 12 o'clock. So he's got it. Nice fish. That's just the male. That's just the male right there. Nice catch. First sight fish of the year. Little robo worm drop shot. Just let him back. Give you guys get a good look at what I'm fishing with here. I've just got a little drop shot. And this is a VMC, some sort of spin shot drop shot hook. Let me pull it out. I've got some extras here. This is it. It's the VMC spin shot. And I've got a 7-pound sniper sunline, and then I've got a really short tag leader, just only, you know, this is probably 3.5 to maybe 4 inches at the most, and that's really what you want often when you're sight fishing like this. You don't want a long tag. I usually don't even go longer than the leader unless they're bedding pretty deep, but you know, pond fishing when you're sight fishing, it's generally really shallow sight fishing. So I want to make sure you get a good look. I'm going to put it really close in front of the camera there. That's what I'm fishing with, because it's kind of hard to aim the camera right when you got it on your head. But hopefully that fish catch was really nice. I can't wait to review that. I really can't. I'm pretty excited about that. That's sick. That's the first sight fish that I've ever had on camera. Let's see. It's the first one of the year for 2014. Honestly, I really didn't do too much sight fishing last year. I did a little bit on Lanier, but typically I do a lot of my sight fishing on lakes, on ponds, I'm sorry. Now the big one's up there shallow. Gosh, she's catchable. If I can get my line off. Oh my gosh. Some Gerald Swindle, Mike Iaconelli trouble here. She's up so shallow. When that happens, dude, she's gonna eat. When they get up super shallow like that, I've had that happen sometimes where you'll catch the male and they pull up right on where the male was protected. Oh my gosh, she's so shallow. Oh. Now she's moving back off. I don't know if you can make it out because it's kind of cloudy now, and of course as soon as I move in the clouds come. I mean, you know, it's just typical. But that gives you a good idea. And let's see, you know, oftentimes you'd be really surprised you catch the male like that, and the male will come right back on the bed. I don't see him yet. Sometimes the female will move off and she will leave, and then there are times where she will stay. We're hoping she's gonna stay. I've had times before, guys, where I've actually caught the male bass twice in one day. I think I've done it twice in one day. If not, I know for sure I did it like consecutive days back to back. So that's really awesome. That's so sick. It's there's a fish. I'm not sure. I could barely see the tail. I'm not sure if that was the male or the female, but it was certainly a fish. And, you know, this drop shot technique is just so deadly this time of the year, and you know, it'd be even more deadly if I wasn't fumbling around like a little kindergartner with my line. That's just god awful, terrible. Just great way to spook off a 6+ pound fish. Just textbook. You know what I'm probably going to just start doing? I'm going to start flipping more. I typically do that a lot when I'm sight fishing. I'll flip a lot more instead of pitch. But the thing is, with this lighter line, I really want to have more control of doing the little pitches. Oh God, is that her? I think she was nosing on the bait. And the problem is right now is I'm wanting to make different size pitches and stuff because I'm not sure what I'm trying to target right now, because I was really wanting to target the female. And I'm so happy it turned out that way, guys. You don't understand. There's so many times, especially I come down to this pond, and you know, it might take 30 minutes or more for me to get a bed fish to bite. You know, not only for that fish to come right away to get some awesome footage, and I've got the polarized lens for the GoPro on here, so I'm thinking, even though it was partly sunny, I'm really thinking it probably showed up pretty well. So hopefully you saw the fish swimming around. That'd be really good. There were several times that they were really shallow, so you probably did. But I'm not happy with the fact that I'm not seeing anything right now. If I don't see anything here in a minute, then I'm gonna leave. And there's a really solid fish on one of the really primary spawning spots on the other little corner pocket over there, just to the left. And I'm going to go over there and catch that fish. That fish was pretty locked on, and I literally don't even see a fish now. And you know, I could get a random bite, and you know, that's a really good technique to go early in the morning. If you've found an area where there's a lot of fish that you've seen, go in there with, you know, finesse stuff or some power fishing techniques and try and catch those fish. There's a fish. I think there's the female. Oh my gosh. There's the male and the female. He's back, I think. I just saw both of them. Now I'm pretty sure you guys can't make out. There she is. Oh my goodness. she didn't spook off when I made that cast, and that was not that good of a cast either. She's still there. She's just swimming off. She's swimming straight that way. And there he is. I can barely make it out, but I can make it out, and that's all that matters. If I get him to bite twice, that'd be sick. And I don't think that was her. If you saw that little boil, I don't think that was her, but it could have been. I think he's got it again. No. I really want to try and get her. If I can't get her today, then I'm going to come back and get her tomorrow, because they're in a pretty good mood. They're in a pretty good mood. There he is. I can just barely... Oh, look at him. Look at her. She's right there. I just bumped her. Just barely bumped her. And she did... The one thing, when you bump a fish like that, I barely touched her. And the fish doesn't turn around real quick. You'll notice that in sight fish. And that's when they're really peed off. When they're really peed off, they'll turn around real fast. And unfortunately, you guys can now see what I'm fishing. See, there's the male right there. There he is again. I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's the male. He wants to eat again. I think he bit it again. He's right there. I think he bit at it again. And when that kind of thing happens, you know, he's going to get really agitated, and that's going to piss her off too. And unfortunately, now you guys can see what I'm fishing here. This is one of my most favorite ponds to fish. I think he's got it again. No. And unfortunately, I actually went to the school you see right there. I try and keep it. I've done some filming here before. I try and keep it out of the background. But, you know, with this wide angle camera lens on a GoPro, it's really hard to do. And unfortunately, you're going to hear the little immature middle schoolers. And, you know, a lot of these people don't know anything about fishing. But, you know, hopefully they saw me catch that fish. And, you know, I think some of them did. So they're like, wow. Because honestly, this place is known to be kind of a crap hole for the... They used to dump feces, like from the... I think they used to dump feces from the school in here. But they stopped doing it. It used to have an awful smell. But the thing is, the stereotype's still there. People still think that, but they really don't. This lake's really cleaned up a lot. So I think I'm about to leave because I'm willing to come back again tomorrow and try and catch this fish. I'm off work. I want to catch that female. And the problem is I don't know where she's at all. I haven't seen her in probably 30 or 45 seconds. There's the male. I'm going to bump him. Oh, I bumped the heck out of him. You know, that's just going to tick a fish off so much. I mean, to the point that with the way he bit the first time, he could legitimately bite again. You know, I mean, for him to bite the first cast, second cast, and then within a few casts after that, he ate it. Really good situation there. So, but like I said, I really want to catch her. Let's see what we can do. This line, I'm telling you what, it's going to give me a freaking headache. If it makes me miss a big fish, I'm gonna be pretty pissed. I'm really thinking about it. I really want to catch that fish over there, and you know that fish over there is going to be much easier to see than this one. So I'm thinking about leaving, but I don't really know because all it takes is just one cast, you know, to get that fish in the right mood, in the right situation sometimes, and you know, you catch, you know, I mean, that's a solid 6-pound fish. So, and it doesn't look like it's laid any eggs, I don't think so. So that fish is going to weigh pretty heavy. Yeah, I'm thinking about leaving. I really want to go check that fish out. I can come back here again tomorrow. Oh, there she is, I think. You know, you get into a situation, you start chasing them. You know, you start leading the fish and whatnot. You start doing that. That's a good method. There she is. I think that's her. Oh my gosh, look at that tail. It's a giant. She's gonna swim right past me again. She's right there. She's swimming out casually. And there she is. You guys might not be able to make it out. If it was sunny, you'd be able to see her. Now, since she's staying right there for a second, I'm going to make a quick, easy catch, and I'm going to bump her. The bait, like, it didn't bump her, but it went right over the back. It swam right over her back. And now I can't see her. But I'm going to cast right back in the same place. Yeah, I mean, you know, there she is, She's getting shallow, and she's staying relatively tight, which is really good. When their circles start getting tighter and tighter, and they start finning around, that's when it's about to go down. Uh-oh. No. So let me see what we can do here. Main thing is to just stay patient and keep your eyes peeled. You know, that's really the biggest deal. Just, you know, now with the wind, it's kind of blowing in here a little bit more with the clouds coming too. It's starting to blow this pollen over here, so it's just making it even harder to fish. So I'm thinking about leaving, and I'm going to try and come back again tomorrow. Tomorrow's supposed to be I think a completely sunny day. Typically what happens, you know, I've fished this pond a lot this time of year. Typically what happens is in the morning until about roughly noon to maybe 2 o'clock at the latest, you're going to have really slick calm. Most of the time, especially when you have high pressure in the spring, you're going to have completely slick calm. But the fish won't really be pulled up until later in the afternoon. There she is. Can barely make her out. And then in the afternoon you'll get a slight breeze. Sometimes it'll be steady, and then some days it'll be just occasional, kind of like what you see here, where you might have an occasional gust like this where it blows in, but you'll have the pollen. There she is. See, I'm losing sight of her. I think that's her. That might be him. Not sure. And, you know, so I think I've probably about had enough. I really want to go check that other fish over there. I can barely see anymore. Yeah, I think he's right there. One of them's right there. I don't know. Yeah. And you know, the thing is with the clouds, it's not going to get any better. You can see the sun's getting really, literally as soon as I got here, I saw that the clouds were coming. I knew I had a short window. We got lucky that, you know, he bit pretty quick. So let's go over there and try and catch that other one.